do like our warm ups. Bubbles. Okay. Butthole. Lips. Teeth. Tip of the tongue. Hi friends. Welcome to the Erin and Christa show.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Christa.
Today
we're doing our Q&A.
some P's and Q's and Q's and A's.
I don't know why I was just talking like I was an old man.
Old time
Q&A, everybody.
So basically, we've never done one of these in the history of the Erin and Christa show. And we kind of put the feelers out last week to ask you guys to answer some questions.
Yes, and so she put it on her Facebook, put it on mine, we put it on the channels, on Instagram, asking you to ask us questions, to get to know us better. In general, this is more about you getting to know who we are outside of this box you see us in.
Outside of our TV show.
It's on the television.
I know. That's okay.
Outside of our YouTube channel.
I do just want to mention that in doing this, mostly on Instagram, I put like throwback pictures of us, and I do just want to put that on there. Oh, you.
Oh, look at we each have super dark eyeshadow on and no eyebrows.
No eyebrows. No. And I was ghostly pale blonde.
I don't have a face in that either.
No.
I remember that day. That's at Fishbones, isn't it?
It is at Fishbone.
I remember that day actually.
This was probably, judging from my scar.
It's like 2007?
No, I had surgery in 2009.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Judging from my horrific scar. I would say it's the end of 2009 or the beginning of 2009.
I remember that day.
So that was us years ago. So, let's see. Let's just get to getting. Questions from V_G. And this was asked on Instagram.
Like V or like VG.
Like VG or VG. We don't know. Or VG.
Vagina.
You know who you are.
I'm just kidding.
Oh Lord. She said, and this is very cute, she said, oh my god, I love you guys. The power of contour was by far my favorite. How long have you guys been friends? And do you see any changes in your friendship since you became friends? So, how long have we been friends?
Well, I had started at the salon in 2007, so we became friends probably about 10 years ago now. Because I was a client for a while before I started working there.
Yeah, so about 10 years we've been friends, and do we see any changes in our friendship since then? Well, of course.
Yeah.
You know, things change, life changes,
We're
so,
older.
I mean, we definitely used to go out a lot more.
Yeah,
like,
we were crazy.
Every Thursday night we went out to the bar.
We were bar.
So life is different now. We're both married, not to each other, and you know it's changed, but it's good.
Yeah, I think that if anything,
it evolves.
Yeah, it's changed, but I think it's better because we are more invested in each other's lives. I think like we were always good friends from kind of the jump, but our wives being best friends, and then like. Actually, Emily and I were talking about this the other day, is that we were talking about like how you have friends from work and then how that evolves. And I was saying that your and I's relationship has very much evolved outside of that sphere now.
Right,
Because we're not just people that worked together and became friends.
Right.
We're, like I could not work with you. Our job doesn't matter of us being friends.
In fact, she didn't work with me for 2 years. She
I lived in Arizona.
So for 2 years
Still
she
here.
did not. Yeah.
Still here.
Okay, so thank you for that question. That was cute. Okay, our next question is from Shannon Stiers. She asked us on Instagram. She said, I want to know a beauty trend of yesteryear that you can't wait to see back in action. She said, love you ladies. We love you too, Shannon.
I'm so excited, Shannon.
A trend, well, I think there is a trend from yesteryear that's back, and it's giant eyebrows. Because think about like Brooke Shields.
Like Brooke Shields eyebrows?
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't,
bushy brows.
I don't think that thin eyebrows ever should come back, but I also wouldn't hate it because I would be.
Because you would be fine.
If it's a makeup trend, I mean, a fashion trend is I'm real excited for flares to come back.
Oh yeah, we were just
jeans.
talking about this. Oh god, like a giant wide-legged flared pant.
It's so good.
I'm hoping this fall. I've seen
I've
maybe
seen
some inklings of that. So yeah, flared jeans, big eyebrows. I mean, I like big hair.
Yeah, big hair is a good one to come back.
Because remember in the early 2000s, the skinny hair, like everyone flat ironed their hair to death. Like,
yeah, everybody's hair was burned.
I was like so tired of having to flat iron people's hair. So I mean, I rarely do now in the salon.
No,
so people want like fuller,
and they want curly, and they
so those are ones I guess that came back. But is there something
that like you want to come back?
Yeah. I mean, I could always go with like the 50s.
Yeah.
And the way women dress, I love that look.
Yeah, like the outfits of
like
the 50s.
yeah, like ladies who lunch.
Well, I really liked how like that Mad Men thing sparked that era to come back, but now it's kind of fallen away to like people went from like the 1960s and then they jumped backwards like the 1890s.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden it went from like we're wearing a fedora, now we're in a bowler hat. Like it just like things shifted, but I don't know. I kind of like from our youth, or my youth, your youth, the youths.
No, there's nothing from my youth.
because metallic-y lipstick was not good.
I mean, that is a trend.
Thin eyebrows. No, but like metallic, you know what I'm talking
Shimmer,
about.
like frost.
Gold, frosty lipstick.
I mean, I was a teenager in the very late 80s and, in the 90s. So, I mean, there's a lot of 90s trends that came back.
Yeah.
So, and I'm kind of like, for some of them, it's like, you're kind of missing the mark, and also, please no.
Yeah,
I don't want to see a baby doll dress.
I'm good with chokers.
Yeah, I don't need to see a choker on you.
Like
the little,
like the tattoo
I know
chokers.
people wear them, but guess what? We're wearing those in 1990.
I'm convinced that Claire's has a room.
Claire's has this here.
And they were like, I'm gonna keep this here, and then in 1998 they put them away, and then
they brought them back out.
They're the exact same ones. Like you guys are doing nothing new.
No, they're literally, it's probably their overstock.
And like mom jeans are coming back. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right, let's move on. But that was a good one. Okay, so we have a question. This is also on Instagram from, I think, wait, no, is this Instagram? Yeah. But that's my own head.
Whoa. What are you doing there, weirdo?
I think these are all pictures. These are all Instagram, I think. I thought there was some from Facebook. We'll figure it out. So this one I'm pretty sure is from Instagram. Freebird85 asked, what's one beauty product that you've tried that you would never use again?
Those stupid tattoo lip things.
Those
disgusting.
Stain disasters.
Teeth red.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we have a video on these lip stains. We'll link it. Go watch it. It's a disaster.
So gross.
So we will never try that again or never use that again. All right, let's see here. So, oh God. So we'll call her our friend. Well, you're all our friends. Jessica Hayes. She asked, how do you guys know each other?
Well, once upon a time.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I've worked at the salon that I'm at for about 12 years.
Yes.
And within the first year, her friend from high school was the receptionist. So that's kind of...
Right. So then my friend, Lauren, said, hey, you should come to the salon I'm working at to get your hair done. And I was like, Matt, no, those are not my kind of people. I don't really hang out in that town. And I don't know, I just feel like I feel odd there and whatever.
She thought it was going to be like, I was going to give her a blonde bob.
Like, yeah. I thought it was going to be kind of like, So she's like, no, there's this girl, I think you'll really like her. She just, she's been here for, I think it was a year
or two.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. So I came in there and it was just an idiot that cut my hair. And we hit it off.
Don't tell that story because we're going to save that for later.
Oh, no. Well, we hit it off pretty good. And I thought she was really funny.
We were both like funny, weird, awkward weirdos.
Right. But what was even funnier is that neither of us knew that we didn't know we were gay.
No, but we both were like,
I think you might be gay. And then you...
I tried to find out.
You tried to find out so bad.
Yeah, not because I was into her. I mean, sorry.
That's fine. My feelings are not hurt.
Like when I was like, oh, we could be friends, that's awesome, but like you want to know that somebody's okay with that, or,
right?
Or whatever. So I did a MySpace investigation.
And I had done a survey, remember those surveys on MySpace that said something about what do you look at in the opposite sex, and I either said I don't.
You said shoes.
Oh, I said shoes. And so she sent me a private message on MySpace, and you were like, why did you put shoes?
I was like, shoes.
And I knew what you were asking me, because I was like, that's such an arbitrary thing to notice. And I was like, because I don't care about the opposite sex, I'm gay. And you're like, oh, we're friends. That's when you finally let me read your live journal. I had to read her live journal, and she's like, no, I don't really let everybody read it. I don't let everybody read it. And I was like, okay, fine. And we had just met not that long ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, maybe she's just being private. And then once I told her I was gay, she's like, oh, you can read it now. She was kind of more reserved.
I mean, I still am that way. I'm not like somebody who just like says everything. I mean, obviously now I'm talking to the entire internet. But like with my clients and stuff, because first of all, I don't know how they're gonna react, but it's just not their business, and it's not about me when they're there. So, and I am just more reserved, I guess, with that kind of stuff. Whatever. So thanks, Jessica, for asking that question. By the way, if you don't follow her on Instagram, follow her Instagram, Jessica Hayes, MUA. It's ridiculous how great she is and her makeup looks amazing.
She's very good.
Very
She's
pretty
funny.
lady. Okay, so let's see here. Here. Oh,
That's your thinking voice.
yeah, my So we are going to answer some hair and makeup questions.
Oh, okay.
Janice Dowler on Instagram asked, just wanted to say I love watching Elle, and this is more directed to Erin. What can I use to tame my hair? I mean, I could put Hermione's hair to shame when she was in her first year. Big frizzy mess and curls that don't cooperate. And for Christa, I would like to know how to decrease the size of my pores. So I guess the Hermione frizzy hair disaster. For curly hair, I always recommend a leave-in conditioner. So if you're not going to use anything else, use a leave-in conditioner and then use a curl like defining product, like a cream that's a curl definer or like a styler that's a curl definer. Those two will help tame the frizz and then redefine your curls so that they don't look puffy. So that's my advice.
Okay, and then pores.
Oh wait, one other thing. Don't brush your hair.
Don't do it. For pores, a few things. That powder that Erin's using, the Bye Bye Pores, that's a really good finishing powder. That helps. There's a ton of really good masks that can help tighten your pores, and exfoliating pretty regularly will help with that too. And then I've had a pore issue lately, but I've also decided to tone down a lot of like my full foundations and things to try to give my skin a break. So just make sure a lot of good cleansing, and you'll find that there's a ton of pore fillers. Yeah. You just gotta find the one that works best for you, because there's certain ones that work better if your skin's more oily or more dry, and so on and so forth.
So start with trying to shrink them, and then after that,
try to hide them.
Like the Professional by Benefit.
Yeah, Professional's great too.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Janice, for your question. We have a Facebook question.
Alrighty.
This is from, I'm sorry if I ruined your name.
Desdra
Need Edwards on Facebook. She said, I've got two.
Ooh.
Number one, what's your favorite wine? Not the expensive for a special occasion kind, but the kind that's always in the house because I drink it with everything kind. And number two, what is your cleansing, moisturizing, fighting off zits and old lady skin routine? Okay, so we'll answer the wine part right now.
Right.
Funny you should ask.
Where are we drinking wine?
I have this one.
This is our fave.
For the summer.
We drink that one quite often. Peach wine.
Yeah. This is from Trader Joe's. It is the Amour de Paris. Amour de Paris.
Amour de Paris.
And it is a sparkling peach wine. And it is...
Glug, 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 glug. Mm-hmm. This is what I had at my bridal shower.
Mm-hmm. It is $5. Every time I go into Trader Joe's, I have to pick up more because I have like a fear of scarcity that's gonna be gone. I mean, mainly in the summer, that's what we usually drink.
Crisp and fresh.
But you also like a Riesling.
I like a Riesling, and I like a I think that the Riesling, and then you like more drier.
I like Sauvignon Blanc. That's my favorite white. And it could be $5, $10.
I can deal with the Sauvignon Blanc though.
I don't like it when this is sweet. The peach wine is sweet, but because it's like bubbly, it kind of has that crispness to it. So I can't drink a Moscato, and a lot of Rieslings I can't do. They're too sweet. But this, because it cuts it with the bubbles. Yeah. And then I cannot drink red wine anymore. I don't think you can either.
Me either. I used to love a Pinot Noir.
Old.
Pinot!
No, yes.
No. Okay.
If you don't watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, you should. But Pinot Noir, something about that in the fall, just like a glass of red, like dark red wine, and it's all by a fireplace, you know.
We used to drink Pinot Noir. I used to drink that more than
That's
anything.
all I used to drink.
Pinot Noir, all the time.
And now I can have like one glass like once a season. And then
I have a headache.
I get a terrible headache.
Immediately.
I'm drunk beyond all get out, and I
then the
can't
next day
recover. It's awful. So I guess that's what happens. And then what is your, so anyways, wines. I do like a lot of them from Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
I don't have to spend $1 million.
No, I don't spend a lot of money on wine. And if there's one wine, called Chartreuse, is the name of it? There's this really nice wine that my sister used to get. I think it was called Chartreuse. It's so good. I'll have to figure out the name of it, but it's more of an expensive bottle. It's like a $40 bottle, but it's really good.
I never spend that much. Sometimes maybe 20. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Okay, so, and then Desdra's other question was, what is your cleansing, moisturizing, fighting off zits, and old lady skin routine? I don't have any zits.
Excuse me, but I don't have any zits.
I have other problems, trust me. But so I cannot answer that. But for old lady skin, since I am rapidly aging, take your makeup off at night, put on a treatment, moisturize, get up, cleanse your face again, treatment, moisturize. True. Does routine.
Right, and don't downgrade the usefulness of a toner.
That is
toners reset your pH on your skin, and so it allows your moisturizer to work better for you.
Also, anything when you're, and I'm 40, so when you're 20, you don't need this, but anything with like glycolic or
hyaluronic acid is also amazing
because it resurfaces my old face.
Right, and hyaluronic will make things puffier.
It draws the water, right?
Yeah, expands 3 times its water.
I mean, honestly, people do ask me this a lot at work, and I think a lot of it is routine. You have to get into a routine and you just have to always do it.
Yep. Or because you can buy the most expensive things, but you don't use them regularly.
Exactly.
You have to give anything a good like 4 to 6 weeks, I think, to really see a good result from it.
If you want to know exactly what I use, let me know down in the comments, and I can do like a little skincare routine. Because honestly, this is so like funny how things get burned into your brain. But my grandma worked for Merle Norman, and she had fabulous skin. And I remember being about like 14 or 15, and she was like, "You gotta start doing stuff now." And I was like, all right. And like many people, I started with like the Clinique 3-step system.
Yeah.
But since I was 15, religious about it.
Yeah, same here. My mom gave me a moisturizer. She gave me a Lancome moisturizer when I was 13 or 14, something like that. And she told me moisturizing is the most important thing you can do for your skin. And so I've always kept on that. And then as far as blemishes go, I don't really break out, but my wife does. And so what I found that helps her a lot is localized drying lotions. Clearly not all over the face because that will dry the skin. Yeah, that will dry the skin too much, and then it'll hyperproduce oil, and then you'll end up with more breakout. But just on the spots where she has like a breakout going on, that helps her. And then she uses, she makes sure if she exfoliates regularly, and she's horrible with routine, which is why her skin suffers more.
Yeah.
But if she remembers to moisturize and to exfoliate on a regular basis, and also if you're oily, still moisturize. A lot of people that have breakout don't moisturize because they're like, oh, my skin's so oily, I don't need moisturizer.
Right.
False.
No.
Your skin is hyperproducing moisture. Your skin is hyperproducing oil to compensate for the moisture you were not giving it, because it's not going to give your skin water because it needs it for like your brain. So it's just going to throw more oil at it. It's just, which is going to make you break out.
Balance.
So yeah, and then take your makeup off before you wash your face. Taking your makeup off while like washing your face to take off your makeup doesn't work. It's like trying to mop before you sweep. So using one of those wipes to remove your makeup and then actually washing your face are two very different things.
I will tell you, because I'm dry with ever-changing skin, I like to remove, like, the first thing I do is use a cleansing oil, and it like breaks it all apart, and it's easy. Then I wash it after.
Then you wash it after.
Right. All right, so thanks for that question. Very good. Our next question is also from a Facebook user, Melissa Mullins. Hi, Melissa. See my friend lady right here. How did the two of you meet? Can you each share a hilarious story about the other? We told you guys how we met, but let's share a hilarious story about the other one. Like something hilarious that happened to one of us.
Oh, I got a good one.
What did I do?
So Erin has a very irrational fear of ice.
Oh, this is a good one.
And so one time, well, first of all, let me set the story. First of all, we were leaving work at the same time. And, God, I had this on video somewhere. I think it's on my laptop. And she was wearing flats. And I was wearing heels.
But let me say, the flats were those kind of flats where the bottom is slick.
Right. And there was a very fine coating of ice on the parking lot. And
we're at work.
And so I have a video of her sliding and holding onto the wall like this and going, ah! And I had to walk in the ice down the street to get the car.
Yeah, I was paralyzed.
She was done. So then I drive her to her car, she leaves, she goes home, I go home. I don't know, about a half hour less than that later, I get a phone call. I'm in the bathtub. I get a phone call and she's panicking and I can't understand anything she's saying. And I'm hearing this, I'm gonna steal my car! I am this, I can't, I don't know what I'm gonna do! I can't get in the house! I'm like, wait, what's going on? So apparently, she was living in a loft downtown Detroit. And so there was a big parking lot and the parking lot again full of ice. And she could not get from her car to the door because there was nothing to hold on to. And she's so scared to fall down.
Well, my bones are old, I'll die.
And so she's like, I can't get from my car to the door to get inside of the building. And I was like, and then all of a sudden, like a lightning bolt, I remembered I used to watch that show, what was it called? Bear Grylls. Yeah, Man vs. Wild. And he did one, he was like in the Andes or something. And he needed more traction, so he put his socks over his shoes because the cotton grabs onto the ice. And so I was like, oh my God, you have socks in your car? And you did. And I go,
well, because it was spring and we were going to go for a walk.
Right, and then it really was like an ice storm in Michigan. Yeah. And so I like put your socks over your flats and walk in the house, and I think you made it inside.
I did. It totally worked.
It totally worked, and I saved her life,
Yeah,
and it was
pretty much.
hysterical. It was just so funny. I have got to find that video somewhere.
Yeah.
I know that I found our videos from Chicago.
I know, the Glazy Donuts.
Yeah, but that same loop is the one with you freaking out.
There's been so many, like, I'm trying to think of like one specific thing, and I'll just tell you the first thing that popped into my head was when you were living in Arizona, and I called you.
Oh God, and I was at work.
And, or you.
I put that when I pocket dialed?
Yeah, she pocket dialed me. Okay, so yes. So she called me, and I'm like, oh, she's calling me, right? It's normal. And I'm like, hello? Hello? Nothing. I'm like, hello? I'm like, hello? Like, I'm yelling. Then I hear, like, background noise, so I, like, kind of figure out that, like, she, you know, pocket dialed me or whatever. So I was like, ah! Like, I was, like, screaming at the top of my lungs, like, just anything to try to get her to hear me. And she, like, all of a sudden, like, comes on the phone, and she's like, oh my God. I'm like, what? She's like, you were in my pocket. I'm at work, and she worked at a department store, and were you like talking to like your boss or something? And they were like, wait, stop talking, and they're like, there's someone screaming inside of your pocket. And it was me.
I had like a suit coat on with a dress, and I was talking to this girl that she wasn't my boss, but she was a department head.
Okay.
And so we were standing like in men's suits, and we were chatting, and it was quiet over there, and we were talking about like, I'm the physical, on the thing, and the makeup of the plan, and like very business. And all of a sudden she goes, I can't, what is going on? What are you talking about? She's like, there's somebody screaming in your pocket. And I was like, what? And then I stopped talking and I heard, so what I ended up doing was grabbing, I go, excuse me, and I try to like walk all like nonchalant, and I ended up getting my phone out of my pocket and hiding underneath a rack of ties, like men's ties, and I was like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And then I got paged after that because security was like, why the hell are you hiding underneath ties? And I was like, well.
Yeah, so I was inside of her pocket. That's pretty
That
funny.
was a good one.
That's like the first one that popped in my head.
That was like a funny thing that's
Another thing that happened that was both of us was when I got wedged.
But see, that's just. Oh.
But I'm trying to think of there's like something.
There's so many.
My brain
There's so
does not
many.
work.
There's a lot. That's the funny thing. There's like a ton of very funny things that have happened to us
There's just too many we can't
in
recall.
our friendship that are just hysterical.
Oh my God, we got this crazy idea one night. And it was around Easter time.
It was right after Easter, yeah.
And we had pretzels, and we
Pretzel
wanted
rods.
pretzel rods, and we wanted to make chocolate covered pretzels, and all we had was old Easter candy. But what happened? Like something
It would melt.
Did something start on fire?
Yeah, the chocolate did.
The chocolate
because
started
it
on
doesn't
fire.
melt. Easter, like a big Easter bunny.
Yeah, we were all trying to melt
The
those.
thing didn't melt. It just turned to like crystallized something, and it started on fire.
No, I mean so many things. Just so many crazy things. All right, well, thank you for that question. And moving on to Instagram. From Instagram user We the Brittany asked, what was your first impression of each other? Oh, okay. So obviously we met. She was my client. So we were kind of like trying to like, you know, feel things out. Like, you know, I knew she was funny, but my first impression was that she had earrings on that looked like panda bears hanging from hot air balloons, and she could not figure out what I was talking about. When I was like, are those pandas hanging from hot air balloons? She's like, what are you talking about?
My sister made them. She was doing jewelry.
They were earrings, and then and they looked exactly like a panda hanging from a hot air
It was
balloon.
a skull with a pink bead above it.
No, it was a panda bear.
And then you posted it on my MySpace wall.
I did?
You posted a picture of a balloon with a panda bear
Because it looked
underneath it.
exactly like it.
And I was like, oh my God, I see it now.
Yeah, it was there. And
But I
then-
don't know, it was kind of like formal-ish at first, for like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I think until I said that, because I feel like that was your first appointment, because I remember
It
we
was
were
my
in the
first-
color room
Yeah.
when I said that to
Yeah,
you, so
yeah,
it was
yeah.
probably like I was doing your color. Then I feel like it was the same night that I was doing your haircut over by my cutting station when I got all crazy, but like, why did I even do that?
I don't know, you were talking about drinking or something, and then you took your...
I'm a flat iron.
I like toast when I'm drunk.
I don't know.
flat iron talking like a puppet. And I was like, this girl's hysterical. And I knew you were funny too, because Lauren told me.
Yeah.
And Lauren was kind of like, I know you guys are gonna get along. And I remember walking in and seeing you at the desk and being like, okay, because you didn't. This is
Because I looked a little
very stereotyped.
edgier.
I very much assumed going into the area that I was going into that it was gonna be like an upper class white lady that had like 3 kids cutting my hair.
I mean, it is, but
I mean, it is now, and now that I'm older, that's fine. But when I was 10 years ago, when I was 23, 24 years old, I was like, I love swear, I love Hello Kitty,
and stripes and pink,
and I like stripes and pink, and I like.
But there was one other thing that happened that fateful night, was when we became Bartleby and James. How did that happen?
Oh, because we couldn't remember what Bartles and James, and I said Bartleby and James.
Oh, that's right. So then we forever became Bartleby and James.
Because I said, remember the commercial of the old men with the what's the fuck it was called?
They're like the Seagram's coolers.
The wine
right?
coolers.
Yeah.
And I go Bartleby and James, and
And
you
I was
were like, that's Bartles and James.
That's why we forever became Bartleby and James.
Bartleby and James, yep, that's our
So
name.
I guess our first impression is that we were weirdos.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of like a kindred spirit. Like,
Yeah.
okay, she's a weirdo. Like,
Yeah. So thanks for that question. Another one regarding our friendship from Dana Hayes. Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dana.
Have you guys ever had an incident that tested your friendship? If so, how did you get through it? So I was thinking about that, and it's like, of course we want to kill each other sometimes.
Well, right.
Because we're humans. And we're around each other a lot.
Yeah.
And we're like family, so you know how you like fight with your family, but it's fine. Nothing's ever really tested.
No, there's never been anything like huge.
Right.
Like, I think the best way for me to explain this is this. We get on each other's nerves like you would get on like you said, your family members. Like we get bitey at each other, but we've never done anything to ruin each other's trust.
No.
We've never done anything to
Like I've never
backstab
or like
or backstab each other. We've never done anything like that. Like we've never done those things that people do to each other that's really shitty. Like we don't. There's a line, and I don't even think we get close to the line. Like I think that
usually we stop each other. Like I'll tell you like, hey, you're being like a weird broken Pisces, and you'll be like, hey, you're a bitch. And then we just I'm sorry.
She has outbursts and she will take it too far. I don't talk.
Then she just dies.
I shut down and I'm just like, what are you talking about? Everything's great. Everything's fine. I'm on fire. I'm aware, but I'm fine. Everything's good.
I'm burning
That's
alive,
what I
but
do.
it's good.
But I can't do that.
But then you get extra like, I think a lot of people do. So like extra spider monkey. Then in those instances, like I'm fine, and then you're like, and I'm like, oh my god.
I'm like, look how good I am.
Yeah.
I'm great. Yeah.
Right. And then I'm like the opposite, where like I can't
hide it.
I don't hide anything, so I'm just like an asshole. But so I mean no. But and I will say the only thing that's ever like for me. And it wasn't testing our friendship, but it was hard on our friendship, was when you were in kind of a relationship that I was not a fan of.
Yeah.
And it was hard because it took you away from me.
Right.
And it made you different.
It did.
So it was really hard to like stand by and like witness that and like still be there. Like
Right. No, and then I think too, but a lot of that was, a lot of what got me out of that relationship was you being like, you can't do this to yourself. And so that, because you will kind of be like, because I think that your bitchiness works in a good way, because you'll be like, stop it.
sometimes it works.
Knock
good.
it off.
Not all the time.
Knock it off, right. But no, but there's never been anything that's like, I mean, it was harder when we lived far apart, because that's just distance and normal in general.
Right.
But I don't feel like when I came back, it was anything different.
No. I mean, and she's been there like through the good and like the word, like I had cancer. My wife's parents died. She was there for that, kind of.
I was there.
She was there supportive. She was in Arizona. You know, then when I got married, she was a big part of my wedding. And so like.
And the same. No, anytime I really have like real stuff happening, I call her. I don't, and it's kind of funny-ish. I don't really talk to my wife about it as much as I talk to her about it, but it's a different type.
That's fine. That's what your
thing,
friend is for.
right? Like my wife and I talk about it in a certain way, but Emily's more of like, I need to regurgitate this at you and don't talk about, like, don't say anything back, and I just need to, like, just to let me get it out of me. She's more of like, I'm gonna give you some sage advice and make me feel better. But no, we've never done anything like, there's never been anything like, never slept with anybody that like was not, like none of that, because that's not allowed.
I had to think. I mean, there's a big crossover, but not
like, but nothing bad. I don't think I've talked to you.
No, there's no, it's been approved.
It's been approved crossover. That does not mean each other's wives. That just means friends. I'm still friends. That's all we're talking about. But there was one time, I'm going to talk about the drag queen thing, that she was in a really shitty mood at work, and she was sitting there looking at a magazine. She was like flipping through it like this.
I was violently flipping at her.
And she was really mad. And I was sitting next to her, and I looked at the magazine.
I wasn't mad at you though.
No, you were just mad in general. And I was like, all this makeup is really, I'm like looking through the magazine makeup. I was like, all the makeup in this magazine is like really kind of bland. And you just look at me and you're like, not everyone else looking like a drag queen, Christa. And I was like, bitch.
You're like, you're a jerk.
But see, now what we have is we have code words. Do you know what it is? You remember? Come on. I think I've used it once. That's like you need to reel it in.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get too squirrely.
But angers.
Well, no, it's your angers. Yeah, your angers. Sometimes you wear your angers too much. But it is just one of those things. It's like, who else are you going to be shitty to? Right?
So there's that. Our next question is from Instagram user Megan Dombrowski, which she's your client.
Yep, I do her
She said, what inspired you to become a makeup artist and hairdresser? I know for me, I was a little bit older when I went to beauty school, and it was kind of like, when I got out of high school and went to college, I was in like music stuff in college, but I did that for like 2 years, and I was like, I don't want to be a teacher, I want to be a rock star. There's no program for that. What the hell? So then I kind of like doodled through life as one does.
There's no program for that. What the hell?
Right. So then at around the age of 26, I was like, I have got to do something, and I wanted to do something creative, and I had always thought about doing it. Like, I remember even I was working, I got laid off from a job, even while I was at that job, I got information, I was like, I'm just going to go beauty school at night, it's going to take me a long time, but I'm just going to do it. So then I got laid off, and I was like, okay, this is a sign, I have to do it. And for me, it was about doing something that was creative, and that wasn't like a basic, like a 9 to 5, like I can't be trapped in a room sitting down. You know, I needed to like, and I wasn't performing or anything at that time, so I needed like something creative to do. And I had always done everyone's hair, like for high school stuff, like I always did my cousin's hair for stuff when we were in high school. So it was just like something I always wanted to do, but I just had to like lock it down. And I do remember telling myself almost every day in beauty school, like, I know you don't want to go every day, but you've got to do it. Like I had to have pep talks with myself, just get through this year, and then you're going to have the job that you want. And I've been doing hair for 12 years.
Well, let me first start by saying this. Somebody told 15-year-old me, hey, guess what? When you're grown up, you're going to be a makeup artist. I'd be like, fuck you, no, I'm not. I always liked makeup. I never had enough faith in myself when I was younger to think that I was good enough at doing it. I always did it off and on forever. Like, I was the same kind of thing, did it for friends, for proms, did it for all the time. I can remember going to every job I've ever had and bringing a makeup kit to do somebody's makeup that I worked with at some point. But for me, it just, I don't know. It was something that I always kind of was very fascinated by. And I always had, one thing my mom always did make sure is I had good makeup. So I started like with Lancome, I think, in my first kit. Like my first personal makeup kit. So it was always something that I would do, and it was something I could do. I don't know how to say this without making it sound like, I grew up in a house where there was a lot of arguing, so I kind of made myself solitary a lot, and that was something I could do by myself.
Yeah.
And just sit and do it on myself. And I could practice and just do that, and it made me feel better. And I've talked about it so much in like Power Makeup and everything about becoming a makeup artist, but it is something that just helped me figure out that creative outlet, because I talked about Power Contour that I wanted to be creative, and I was like, I don't know. I made my mom buy me a guitar and a keyboard.
You were like trying to figure it out.
And then there's makeup.
I mean, it's just, you know, I was always drawn to like, I always did stuff to my own hair. Like I was, you know, I had perms. Oh, speaking of, here's another question from Instagram user Alana_May. She said, what was your worst hairstyle? Let's set the stage. I'm 13. It's 1989. I have a spiral perm. Now, not only do I have a spiral perm, and my hair is like kind of puffy anyways, even though it's fine. So it was giant. But I also did the waterfall of bangs, you know, the big thing of bangs that you would back home and then spray and then hit it with your blow dryer, obviously. And so my hair was giant, like my cousin's hair was giant too. And like basically, there was a joke that like we couldn't get both of our heads into photos. Because she had a perm, I had a perm, our hair was like...
Did you have like the side bang?
Oh yeah, you would pull this out, spray it, and hit it with a blow dryer, and it would stay like... That was the worst. Why? Why? And then my best friend Kelly from high school, when we were like 8th or 9th grade, her hair was like pinned straight, and then just bangs stuck out. Like a thing of bangs, and then just...
Like something about
At least my hair was big everywhere.
Yeah, like
So
something
that was
weird.
like, why? Like why? I mean, big hair's fine. But why with that weird
like
ball bang? The claw of hair. Yeah. No, I can't even. Let me try.
You might be able to do it. Try it. Come on, bring it back.
Like basically, just you know, I don't have the right tools. Something like that.
It's a gorgeous look.
Except much more volume. Why?
I'm probably 22. So we're talking 2003. And my hair is bright blonde. And I say bright blonde because, it was yellow. because I bleached it with, I did my hair in my house by myself using 40 volume.
No.
And peroxide just right on my scalp.
Oh my
That's
God.
it.
How do you even have a...
And I would sit in front of a fan
Oh God.
with a rat tail comb like this, my cousin and I. And my hair, and that was all I would do.
And what's hilarious is that her hair does not need 40 volume to be that like...
No, my hair looks really easy, but my hair was like white. And so then I had like, it was like cut to here because my ends were dead. And then I would take, do you remember those gold irons that had like the loop around it?
Yes,
like,
I had,
like
yes.
the track to like get
Yes.
your hair like a spiral.
Yes.
And I would curl it. And I had a little bit of a bang like this that would be straight, but they were real short.
Obviously
like,
straight bang.
right here, like just like this, it says be straight. And then this was like a curly, and I left them in ringlets.
Right.
And I made it real big and bright blonde, and I would wear, and there's a picture of me wearing like a really low cut bright pink camisole. It's pretty much a bra. And then like a white little jacket over it, and I'm standing in my basement bedroom as a 22-year-old hotsy totsy going to the bar, and I would do that to my hair. And I do not know why.
I don't know.
And my eyeshadow was like just purple.
Just a blob of purple.
And it was not a good look. And I have to find that. I was a bar fly. I was a bar rat. I was like, I wore clear shoes that lit up when I walked.
No, never. I do think I could probably find my senior picture, which if somebody really wants to know what the 90s looked like, I graduated high school in 94, so my picture was probably taken in 93. And my hair is big, but not as big as, 8th grade. But the best is my makeup. My face is just a sheet of white it's very flat and white and just brown, angry brown eyeshadow and a brick red lip. And I'm like, because it was the 90s and we didn't want to be pretty. And we were 8th grade.
I know, right? I have more like the mid to late 90s.
Yeah. You got like, unfortunately, sorry, but you got the poop end of the 90s. You got the sparkly, shiny.
That was like my senior year of high school.
Right.
But like
Right, but my senior year of high school was 1994. Smack dab in the middle.
yeah, mine was more like
I started high school
like when I
in 91.
first started high school it was 96.
Right.
So when I first started high school it was still coming off of like, but then like my junior and senior year were very like, they were like in sync, had just
Right.
come out, Backstreet Boys and like very shiny suits.
So actually that was our last question.
Oh, okay. Well,
I selected.
there's a Q&A, so if there's more, just ask them.
I'm gonna
and
save
we'll file
them
them away
yeah.
for the next
So we
time.
can do another one. This was fun.
Yeah. Get to know us better.
There's like an angry fly in here that
I know.
I'm distracted
It's
by.
making me nuts.
So
The guy in my head looks like Gollum.
Oh, Gollum. Look at that.
It gives me the ring.
So thanks for answering. Nope. So
Yeah.
thanks for asking us questions and taking the time to write them down. And you guys are adorables.
We appreciate the love and
Yeah.
support and
All that.
that you think that we're special.
It's really cute when you guys think we're special because
We're not.
We're just dumb idiots.
Sitting in her basement.
Sitting in my freaking basement.
Yep.
It's a studio. It's a studio. Sorry.
It's a basement. But it's a basement.
Why are you tapping?
I'm Fred Flintstone.
Oh,